Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, your weekly gaming podcast, episode 159. Gaming news for gamers. I think you're running out of episode names to put the word news in and then come on, get you with a solar plexus. With me, George, and as always this week, joined by RGT and Bobby. Gaming news to my laming shrew. How's it going?
Good. Going good.
Yeah, going well. Thank you. Very well.
Let's not mess around. Odders. I like that we've brought Odders back in. Odders. Grip. Whatever it is you're holding. It's a Sunday morning, so just readjust your grip. Hold a little bit tighter than you thought you were going to. As I say to these men, what have you been playing? And let me direct that initially to Bobby. Where have you been all my life?
Still playing Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, still in there.
You're contractually obliged.
35 hours in. I wrote some notes because I have an idea. So I'm writing them down. Still enjoying it. I mean, I got to the other part of the map now that was blacked out. So I'm just got to the, I guess, midway point. I'm not sure how many hours the game is, but moving the story along. If my boy Sebastian Shaw hits me up on the email, the owl mail, I just go right to that guy. Okay, me and him.
He's the most likable dude in the game.
I love this young gentleman. I'm telling you something. Okay, we're gonna save his sister, and that's my goal. Okay, and to me, that is far more exciting than whatever else is happening in the story. Doesn't mean it's not enjoyable. It just means that Sebastian Shaw has he goes first. Okay,
he's not your best mate.
Yeah, we're hanging out. Okay, we're just two Slytherin boys trying to figure out the world.
You snake.
Yeah. Yep. Every time I see, basically, I think for the most part, that whole map in the beginning is collected, because when I went to the trophies, I have like 75% of the collectibles already. So this other half of the map is over. If I can get some good game time in, I could probably platinum the game this week. Let's see. I mean, I don't know how many hours it is, but
I think with all the collectibles, it's probably an outrageous amount of hours. But what else apart from Hogwarts Legacy? What else have you been mucking around? That's it.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'm knee deep in Hogwarts because
you're grinding.
I have to finish this game. I'm very behind. You know, so it's my focus to finish Hogwarts. Once that's done, I have plenty of games unwrapped that need to be opened and played. Let's see.
Excuse me.
I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out.
You've got MLB.
Yeah, but I just bought it for Derek Jeter cover. That's pretty much not going to be ever played, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I just find baseball games very boring.
Get right. Okay, you're done. RGT.
That's you shut down, Bobby. You should have said that. I'll see you next week, Bobby. Nice having you on.
I've been hearing some good things about the game, but I'm also hearing some sort of rather unfortunate things about the road to the show mode, which make me feel a little bit. That's my favourite part of the game, and it's the part of the game that gets the least amount of love, as far as I'm concerned. It's a bit disappointing, but I'll buy it. You know, like a good boy should do. So that's
if you and my brother had a show about just baseball, that'd be fascinating. He's like an historian.
I would basically just sit and listen to his tales.
You and him would go back and forth. It'd be amazing.
My knowledge is derived solely from the MLB The Show series.
That's enough.
RGT, dance across my ears. What have you been playing this week?
I've been grinding the old Hogwarts as well this week. A bit more of that. I'm about 50.
Why is everyone grinding it?
That's what we do. We grind the hog.
Yeah, you got to grind it out.
Okay.
Yeah, so about 50 hours in. Not far from end game, I don't think. But I found it more interesting now because at one point you have like about 10 side missions to keep trying to chip off before you do your story. But now I'm literally just 2 maximum side missions with the story mode, so I'm getting through it quite quick. It's been been pretty good. I won't say too much for spoilers, but I think I've done one of the end bosses, so to speak. So I can't be far off.
Victor Rockwood, or whatever his name is.
Yes. Yeah. I've done that. So
the bit where his acolytes keep appearing, that was actually quite challenging at times. Because they're at you from all angles, so it was hard to be able to, you focus on a group towards the back,
and then
they're behind you as well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, guys! He went down easy though, didn't he?
Yeah, you just have to do the one battle with him, don't you? And then as long as you beat him with your ancient magic, you're doing.
Well, then he kind of hangs around with a shield on that's unbreakable unless you L1 R1 on him.
And yeah. Once you use your ancients on him and knock him down, and
I basically pinned him up against the wall and basically Shazam the living hell out of him until he died.
One way of doing it.
Yeah,
I like to use Crucio when enemies from behind. Let him help me out. I'll take care of the guys in the front.
Mate, I tell you what, whenever there's trolls in the battle as well,
that's it.
They get crucioed and I just sit down and I'm like,
that's amazing.
Yeah? You like a little bit of that?
It's like baseball, they're batting them all over the place.
Throw a little bit of chomping cabbage.
Yeah.
A little bit of venomous poison plants.
Yeah, mandrakes.
I run amok there. Burn people alive. Love it.
Burn people alive. Love
I'm in it.
Wow. What else have you been playing?
I've gone a bit wild this week. I've been playing Need for Speed Underground on the GameCube. I fancy dipping back in after the disappointment of
To the
Unbound.
window. No. Is that one? Is it that one? I think I might have spoken about this on the show before. Maybe,
the Lincolnshire
maybe
Little Wayne.
But Little Dave or something. My mate had a GameCube and he had one game for it, which was that. And he was like really devout. He was like, I'm not buying another game until we've 100%ed everything in this. So we've completed it, then I'll buy another game. And to 100% that game, every race, win, all of it is nails.
Yeah.
And but I wanted to get through it. And as soon as I get that music, hear that music, I get PTSD big time. And then even after finishing it, the unfortunate thing is it killed his love for gaming. It's so stubborn.
Destroyed him.
Yeah, it literally broke him. And after that, I was like, I want a break now from gaming for a bit, mate. And I'm sat there with a copy of Zelda going like, oh.
Oh, no.
But the only thing I forgot about the game was I forgot the Underground 1 isn't open world, where Underground 2 is open world. I wanted the open world again, so I might jump onto 2 instead, I think, this week and play that instead.
I recently picked up a copy of Need for Speed Underground from a charity shop. And upon opening the game, it had Need for Speed 2 in it. My OCD doesn't quite know what to do with this scenario.
But you twitched, didn't you, when you opened that up?
That's the game I want in the case I wanted, but not the way round I kind of needed it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I think I'll just burn it and start again.
Yeah, heresy. And then I've been playing, I started playing Mario Strikers on the Wii. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Although I can't find me Wii Classic controllers. I know I've got some somewhere, so I've been playing with motion controls. It's a bit ropey on motion controls. It's not brilliant, but I'm going to dig out my Wii Classic controllers. That's a good game, that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good fun.
I wish there was more. I thought the Wii version had more.
Yeah.
From my memory, had more things to do, but it's fun.
Yeah, and I mean, you think what Mario Strikers on the GameCube's going for, it's like $100. You can pick the Wii one up for pence, know. So, definitely, if you have a look at the Wii one. They're playing more Doom to Hell. Seb's recommendation, that little roguelike. Good fun. I'm not no further forward, but I just love playing it. You can just jump in 10, 15 minutes, see how far you can get out again. It's really good. Really enjoying it.
Is that like my Chase Horizon? Is that what that is?
What, the little jump in, jump out game?
Yeah, just a little 10 minutes of this and then sack it off.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can end a run in 10, 15 minutes. So that's great fun. And, if Hogwarts Legacy's getting a bit much, I'll just jump on there for half hour and have a few runs and back in again. So it's good little palate cleanser, that. I've been playing, I tried this week to get an HD lead for my original Xbox, my OG Xbox. I've been trying one of them out. pretty rubbish, to be honest. But I was playing Sega GT 2002 on there.
That's good, that is.
Good game, that. Yeah. I need a better way of doing it. I might go down.
Is that the one where you get your own little garage and you can like change the oil on the vehicles and things?
Yeah. I'm only about an hour in. I've only played about an hour, but really enjoyed that. It's something I can get stuck into this week, I think.
It's still got some sort of hangover from the Dreamcast one, though.
It feels like a Dreamcast game.
The handling is super floaty in the original Dreamcast version, and it was a bit sort of brokenish, but kind of got cleaned up for the Xbox sort of sequel. But still elements of the floatiness remain.
Yeah.
I think it's because ultimately they wanted to, when you tune a car, you need to be able to feel the differences.
Yeah.
So they had to go super extreme in the stock car to make it feel like when you tuned it, you'd got some level of performance out of it.
That feels like that's weird because that's got that sort of sound and look on the start screen of a typical Sega arcade game that's trying to be serious like a Gran Turismo. That's that sort of mix, which is weird but good. I'm quite enjoying it. Good graphics as well.
Yeah,
on the Xbox looks good. And finally, this week I had to go on a Steam Deck. This week, work colleague's got a Steam Deck, so I had to go on one of them this week.
Seb would be excited if he was here, wouldn't he?
I'll be honest.
Hang on a minute, we didn't even say where he was. He's at PAX.
Yes,
doing a job for the show.
Yeah, sorry, Seb.
So if you want to find out all the hot news next week, before we forget, we'll have his PAX report. Me and you will have been to London Games Fest.
Yep.
RGT. So we'll no doubt we'll either have a tale to tell about me burning my mouth on a Ginster's pasty that I microwaved in a service station, or we might be able to tell you about some games. I don't even know at this point, but something tells me the pasty story is probably a little bit more exciting. Spicy chicken.
Yeah, if you're lisping a bit next week, we know that was the pasty that burned.
I'll have no tongue. Just wait for it to regrow like a lizard. Please delete that out.
Like a snake.
But yeah, so anyway, back to the Steam Deck. Yeah, so I had to go to Steam. They are their quality bit of kit. I was very impressed with the Steam Deck.
So my initial thoughts of it looking like a 3D printed mess
are
unfounded.
No, I tell you what, they make, dare I say it, they make like, a Switch Lite or a Switch look like a 3D printed mess. They are quality.
What game did you play on it?
Oh, you'll like it. No Man's Sky.
Don't steal my thunder. Don't steal my thunder. Don't steal my thunder.
So you can play anything on a Steam Deck?
Pretty much. You can put the emulators on. You can play all the old games. You can play. I mean, the screen on it is fantastic. There is no frame rate drops on.
Really?
No Man's Sky. Ran as smooth as silk. The screen was so good, it almost looked like you're looking in it. The depth on it is fantastic.
Oh, wow.
The quality when you hold it as well, I sort of ridged around the sides for your hands to grip with the dual analog sticks.
Just say that again.
Very nice bit of work. Huh?
What? Just do that a bit again. I missed it.
You winding me up here. Round the edges of the Steam Deck.
Oh, right. Yeah.
There's ridges that you hold.
Okay.
So your hands fit really comfortable. Yeah.
Very
just
good.
like a little grip. Yeah, so it's a bit wider than the console. So as a big old girl, that's quite wide.
I like it.
Yeah. But as long as you hold it properly,
Hold them, baby.
You've got a good grip on. Yeah. But no,
all
very
that matters.
Good. It's got little mini mouse pads, sort of touch pads on there. You can use it as a PC. So it's very, very impressed. Lovely bit of kit.
Can I do an Excel spreadsheet on the Steam Deck?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, just use it as a PC. It just loads up Windows, anything, just loads as a PC.
Wow.
That's interesting.
It's literally a handheld PC, but it's also really good gaming PC.
And it has memory, like a memory card slot or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's you buy certain models for how much memory you want. Obviously, more expensive is the bigger memory, but I think you can put memory in. I was very, very impressed. And then you can have your Steam library on there, your GOG games, everything on there.
That's awesome.
And then you can if you're traveling somewhere, you can even use it as a PC. Do your emails, bits and pieces. Lovely bit of kit, touchscreen as well.
Wow,
very impressed with that. Yeah, that's
this sounds amazing.
So you're sending me a Steam Deck RGT. Bobby's sending me MLB 23 Jeter Edition.
Did I say I was sending you a Steam Deck? I don't recall that bit. Did I?
Just looked. HR have delivered me the freshly signed contracts, and it does say that you're obliged to give me a Steam Deck.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't sign it quick enough, but then boom, you didn't read it, did you?
Oh, overtime this week then.
Oh, that's also paid directly to me. Anything above contracted hours is owed to me. All your hours is mine.
I should read that small print, really, shouldn't I?
I just googled it. It looks beautiful, bro.
Yeah, it's got a good weight to it. It's very analog sticks are brilliant. Buttons are nice. Yeah.
So the week Seb's not here, we rave about the Steam Deck. Absolutely brilliant.
Is there anyone who's got one? Yeah.
Okay. Is that it? Is that you gamed out?
That is me, yes. So it's been a busy
Well,
day.
you could play, according to the photos here, games now. Like Jedi Fallen Order now. We'll play those.
Oh, yeah.
On this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is...
Oh, my God.
That's a powerful bit of kit. That's a powerful bit of kit. Yeah. Yeah.
Bobby's been caught slipping again, hasn't he? Steam Deck click order now. Bye.
I'm always slipping on something.
Now, I'm in a quandary. I don't know whether to tell you what I've been playing or whether we launch into RGT's Hidden Gem.
Your choice. Don't mind.
Okay. Well, we'll go into the Hidden Gem, but we've got options for the Discord community because we've got two versions of RGT's tune. So we've got the classic Boone one, and we've got a community correction around Boone because sadly, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So you've got two choices, and I'm going to give it to you, Bobby. So we can either have the classic or we can have the remix. Which would you like to hear?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you like video games, podcasts, and reminiscing? I'm actor, video game writer, and total sweetie pie, Connor Savage McCabe, and on each episode of Call Me By Your Game, I sit down with a guest for an intimate look at a special game from their past. Did you and your dad beat Spyro the Dragon over the holidays? Or was Halo 4 the one thing that united your roommates during your senior year of college? Stories like these are what Call Me By Your Game is about. From video game content creator Janet Garcia to Hades voice actor Courtney Vinay's, I interview wonderful comedians and game industry friends about these memories. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts, and maybe someday you'll call me by your game.
Ooh, I don't know. Let's do the remix.
RGT's down the gaming shop. Spending money ain't got. Buying hidden gems for you and me. RGT's down the gaming shop. Spending money ain't got. Buying games for you and me. Yeah. Don't let me down now, RGT. This needs to be...
I like it.
This needs to be a banger. And let me know in the Discord which one. None is not an option. It's either Boone or remix.
Would you be disappointed if I said I ain't got a hidden gem this week?
I would be mortified.
No, I have. Don't worry, I have.
I've ritualistically embarrassed myself because if someone put a gun to my head and said, "Sing for your life," I'd be like, "You might as well put a bullet in me now." And I think most of the listeners are the same way.
Well, this week's one.
If it's on the Wii, you're done.
Anyway, should we get on to Bobby's game? No, it's not. It's not on the Wii. It's not on the Wii. I did ask on the Discord for people, did they want me to go back a bit older, cartridge games, proper retro, and they did. They wanted me to do one, so I've got one this week. This is for you this week, George. This is up your alley. This is a 1991 game.
Ooh.
By Binary Systems, published by EA.
Is it Star? No, it can't be. It's too soon. Is it Starflight?
Yes, it is.
That's incredible. That is incredible, bro.
I love that game.
You're a scientist, man.
Yeah, that is 1991's version of No Man's Sky.
It is. It literally is.
How
Yeah.
that's got 270 star systems and 800 planets on a Mega Drive.
Let me tell you. You
What
tell
is
us
this?
about
What?
it, and then I'll tell you about it.
Yeah. This is called Starflight. It's literally No Man's Sky in 16 bits. Yes, yeah, it's a lot of space sim. You got a bit of combat in there, a bit of trading in there. You can do like diplomacy with aliens. You can visit all these star systems and planets. You can mine. You can sell your bits and pieces. You have to at the start. You have to get your crew together to go on your ship, like your scientist or engineer bits and pieces. And after a while of playing it, you wouldn't think you're on a Mega Drive. It is.
That's incredible.
It's a phenomenal game. I mean, it's a Mega Drive game. It's a single player. Price wise, you're looking $20 to $30. I know
Is
that's
that
a
how
bit
much
more.
that is now?
Yeah, so it's a bit more than what I normally do, but for a Mega Drive game at the moment, that's actually quite reasonable.
And your Mega Drive is what, a 16-bit?
Mm-hmm.
It's the Genesis.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
basically Genesis, right?
Yeah, Genesis.
And the Master System was before the Mega Drive.
Yeah, that's the 8-bit system. Yeah, Master System. So yeah, I'd if you're into space games and if you like No Man's Sky, but you like a bit of retro, definitely get Starflight because it is an incredible
depending
game.
on your availability of systems, it also got a home computer port. So
Yes, yeah, it was Atari ST, Amiga, C64, and PC that was on. So if you're in your proper retro, you could pick it up one of them. But what prices they are on those, I don't know. I would imagine Amiga and C64 will probably be a little bit more pricey, but
£1.50.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, definitely give it a look.
Okay.
You know what I don't understand? You have Star Trek, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of what you described is almost similar to Star Trek besides enemy Klingons. Why can't they make a Star Trek game like this?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I mean, that's what you do, right? They go to worlds, they're peaceful, they're just learning, they're not like conquering.
I think it's like with a lot of licensed games, the companies who buy the licenses normally blow the budget trying to get the license and then don't have much to actually make the game with. So most licensed games come out a bit half-baked.
There was like a Star Trek The Next Generation, which was like a point-and-click adventure on the SNES, and there was another one like Star Trek The Original Series, I can't remember what it was called, where you controlled the bridge, but it was also like a point-and-click adventure as well. They actually worked out quite well. But the unparalleled exploration of space is something that, bizarrely, they've never thought was applicable to a Star Trek game, which, as you're right, would make sense. My experience with Starflight, I had it on the Atari ST, and it was quite a complex game for a child, I have to admit. And each time I would sit down with a bottle of iron brew made from the soda stream, packet of crisps and a chocolate bar, and probably a penguin or a gold bar. And I would sit and I would prepare myself. These would be my space snacks and my space drink. If anyone's listened to the show long enough, it's always the same items of food, but dressed up as different themes, depending on what I'm doing. And I would prepare mentally and physically to play Starflight. And you need to have enough fuel, but then there was also that sort of hunger to explore right out to the edge of the star system. So sometimes I would just do all the preparation, get the crew, fly miles,
it's very
thousands
technical.
of light years out, knowing that I wouldn't really be able to do anything, in the hope that I might be able to find some fuel when I got there, which resulted in my death. But it had a vehicle as well that you could drop down onto the planet's surface, and it was like a topographic view where you kind of steered it around on the planet, and that's where you did your mining and you collected your resources and things, and might have stumbled across. And the aliens were quite good because it wasn't just like classic aliens. Sometimes from memory, I think some of them were like just gas clouds that could speak to you, and it was wonderful. How
they got that on a cartridge on a Mega Drive is beyond.
On home computer, it had a copy protection system where you had this wheel that you had to rotate so you could type in the right code to prove you hadn't pirated it.
Yeah.
And that was even difficult.
Really?
Yeah, this is how they used to stop piracy back in the day, Bobby.
A lot of my Amiga games like that, Bobby, they have a disc in, and that'll give you a randomised ones to put in an order.
Wow.
I mean, on my Spectrum, the cassette tape games, one of them's got a little card in with all different colours and numbers on, and that'll tell you 4 numbers, and you have to line them up on the code with the colours. so that couldn't be copyrighted. But then,
Holy great, that's wild. I never knew
Yeah.
that.
well, what they done in the end, though, because people worked out that if you buy one copy of the game, all you do is just photocopy the card with the numbers and the colours on.
Yeah, but that's why they put the colours, because you couldn't get
yes.
colour photocopies back in the day. It made
Unless
it
you had-
really difficult.
Unless you had graph paper and some pens.
That's
crayons.
crazy.
yeah, so yeah, that was the old style of copyright then.
Well, this is actually quite beautiful because this links all the way. Thank you for that, RGT. And I'm looking
No
forward
problem.
to going on the set your hidden gems section of the Discord and reading about that and seeing the artwork and all that sort of good stuff. So I'm very excited. It links back in because this week, I'll very quickly say that I finished. I can't remember. I think it was Seb said, which game are you most likely to finish? And I said, well, since I'm on the last boss of Hogwarts, I'll get that done. I finished Last of Us Part 2
Nice.
and for the second time, and hits just as hard, I suppose, but some of the like all wow moments are kind of robbed from you. But yeah, it was nice to see that done and dusted. So obviously played Part 1 and then straight into Part 2 and enjoyed it as like a almost seamless entity. And it's been a good ride, actually. Been enjoyable. But I've solely been playing No Man's Sky in VR 2. And
You notice a difference, VR2 to the VR1? Because I know you sort of lived half your life in VR1 in No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah, like I say, the more I'm playing it, the clarity of it is, especially as I've back-to-back VR1 to VR2 on No Man's Sky, the clarity and the difference is night and day. I think I moaned about the Move ones last week, but the clarity's up. And these new controllers just enable you to just be so more seamless interacting with the world, flying the ship and doing all that. Still incredible, still the scale. It does suffer from the old tropes, though, of like, you're stuck on the old grind for the resources and things. But I like to simulate role play. No, I like to role play simulate.
Easy fella.
Anyway, so I've upgraded from the Radiant Pillar, the first ship everybody gets to at the start of the game, and now I've got a more sort of space trucker style vessel, which is exactly how I like to play. And I've been just sort of floating around in asteroid fields and not really doing a lot, just sort of marveling at my ship. And it's got this sort of cockpit where you can sort of move forward in the seat and look up as stars and other vessels fly across you, so you get this sense of scale. I love it. I found this amazing creature as well. I've got to this ice planet. I discovered it, so, feeling proud of myself. The amount of worlds I've discovered in this game is quite large now. Then I dropped down onto this ice planet, and as I was sort of flying around, I looked out the window and saw this sort of little hollow in the ground. And I went round, I'm going to land in that. So I sort of skewed around and dropped down, deployed landing gear. And this little bowl would actually become like a trap for the animals. So there was a whole range of different creatures in there. And one of them was this sort of big cuddly bear type thing with it was wonderful. And it sort of waddled around. It was about 12 foot tall. So the scale in VR, I was like, wow, although it says when I scanned him, it said vegetarian, I thought, I wouldn't want to wind him up because I might get a back slap and find myself 10 miles away. So I approached this creature, and this is where some of the No Man's Sky jank kicks in. I approached this, and this was a sheer sided, like just this mini valley that I was in. There was no way in, no way out. I approached this creature, and it scared him, and it literally ran up the side of a vertical cliff face with me at the bottom screaming, "No, go!" Ran straight up. It was absolutely phenomenal.
That was Spider-Man.
Literally, like Spider-Man, straight up the cliff. I was like, oh, okay. I have that effect on people, even on space bears. But other than that, now I've been sort of, I've got a freighter in it now, which I don't know, I kind of love and don't love freighters. I wish there was a little bit more interactive in the ability to fly them and things, but just enjoying flying around, being a bit nomadic. Just the isolation is what I look for in that game, and it certainly gives it to me in spades. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just wish there was a little bit something more about it, but it's early days in my playthrough of this version, so I'm not using the save from the PS4 one, so I just need to get stuck into the more you get stuck into the storyline, the more they give you little nuggets and things that you can use in your own game doing what you want to do. So, yeah, I think I just need to get my head down, harvest some nanites, find the base upgrades, take on some jobs from the job givers on the left-hand side of the station, and the right-hand side of the station, depending how you look at it, is more dedicated to sort of ship and armor upgrades and suit upgrades and gun upgrades and stuff. So, yeah, I think I need to delve into the job giving side of it and start just raking in some big cash. But yeah, been enjoying it. And that's, I had another little dabble with Call of the Mountain. And my other aside was the headset had an update the other day, as did the Move Sense ones or whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called, to be honest. The new sort of VR controllers. And I don't know what's going on there, but everything just seems, it was good before, but everything seems a lot better now. So I don't know what was in that update, whether it's just me, thinking it's better and it's not. But yeah, the clarity of the headset, the window for dialing it in seems to be a lot larger, and the clarity of the graphics seem to be greater. Call of the Mountain, I'm up now to the Thunderjaw battle, which I think is about halfway. Been enjoying that. I have to play it sat down, which does pose some problems. Like I stumbled across the sort of cave painting section, which should have been like this sort of seamless moment where I sat cross-legged on the floor like an artist, daubing my bodily fluids on the wall, to create these wonderful images. But for some reason, the paint bowls were too far down for me to actually reach. So I had to sort of drop the brush in it from distance and then kind of zoom the brush into my hand like Rolf Harris and Luke Skywalker had a baby, and then sort of daub it on the wall. And I kind of got Rolf Harris, probably not the best pick these days. But anyway, guilty till proven guilty. Waving the paint stick on the wall, creating these strange images, made me feel, a little bit lackluster, if I'm honest. But then I did a bit more climbing and some shooting, and the Thunderjaw experience was quite intimidating. Out of all, some of the creatures in that game, I think, they look really big. I saw the Thunderjaw, what's really the biggest creature in the game. And my abiding, when it first sort of crashed through in front of me, I hate to say it, but my initial thought was, I thought you'd be bigger. Honestly. I thought when I thought I was going to be facing this, I was like, that's going to be like 6 stories tall. And he felt quite small. Felt more like Grimlock than a massive dinosaur. So these are nitpicks. Has anyone got anything else to say before we head into the news?
Yeah,
and requests for me not to sing on the show again are basically, they don't count.
Oh, nothing then.
Oh, you know. Oh, really? It's the news to scour the very darkest regions of the internet to bring you the latest stories. First up, everything is awesome. Lego thrives off crossovers nowadays, so what are the chances we'll see something like the Batmobile or X-Wing in the upcoming racing game Lego 2K Drive? During a recent chat with WCC F-Tech, the game's creative director Brian Silver was asked this question. Although nothing was outright confirmed, Silver did mention how anything was possible in the world of Lego. He said, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure. He laughs at this point. I don't know whether it's maniacally. Let's do it. Anything is possible in Lego. Sounds like a devious character, doesn't he? The immediate focus will be on Lego 2K's Drive's own original world, which is powered by the Unreal Engine. Silver added how the main single-player story mode will take players an average of 15 hours to work through. In the same interview, it was mentioned how Lego 2K Drive will feature in-game and real-world money transactions. Now, I was kind of mildly curious about this game. It looks a little bit 1995 PC Lego game CGI in its presentation. But
like Lego Racers or something like that. Yeah,
it's got very much... They've been quite intelligent to sort of link it back to some of the history. It's open world, so to be fair, versus like a Lego movie, it probably looks a bit wonky, but I think I picked up what they were trying to do with it. But then when I saw it on the store, the PlayStation store specifically, The only version I could find was £109. And I thought to myself, I don't know what glue they've got in their bag down at 2K, but it's certainly a little strong.
£109.
Gentlemen, I shouldn't think this is to your taste, but it's going to be to the taste of some of our listeners. Are you fired up, Bobby, for a good old kart racer to come back on the scene?
No.
That's why we have him on week in, week out.
Yeah.
RGT, try and pretend feign some interest in this piece of news. It's been a quiet news week. Even though we dedicated the show to be gaming news or the hottest gaming news, whatever I called it, something about news, we actually are laming shrews.
So you say you've seen a trailer of this, have you?
Yeah.
So is that like here's a kart racer like Mario Kart, or is it like a sort of a Lego version of Need for Speed open world, sort of do missions, that sort of thing?
From what I can work out, imagine Banjo and Kazooie nuts and bolts took out Mario Kart on a date. One thing led to another. 9 months later, Lego 2K Drive was born.
Maybe. I'm not. I think £109 a bit strong. It must just be deluxe edition. Or
It has to be. It has to be.
Surely
it has to be.
£109.
The artwork's quite cool. It's mainly a Lego chicken. And the nods to the world were quite good as well, because there's a water section where you kind of morph mid-race into a speedboat, and like little Lego dolphins are there, and they're actually the little stiff-bodied Lego dolphins that you get in there. So the humour's quite good, because and the way the characters move is all very stiff as well, which looks a bit janky, but obviously in the world of Lego, you can only move your arms up and down and your legs forward and backwards, and the dolphins literally can do nothing. They're just a hardened plastic Lego dolphin-like thing. So yeah, I think there's an element of comedy there, which is great.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a look, but not £109. If they put a reasonable price on, I'd probably have a look.
Okay.
Sounds quite interesting.
Well, I've put you forward at WGC. We're going to go C2K, so I'll let them know that you're hyped about Lego 2K Drive.
I think hyped might be a bit strong, but
no, I've put you down main representative RGT. Yeah, big time. I'll be on NBA 2K.
I suppose you're going to make me wear a Lego figure 8 outfit now, are you?
Yeah, or I could go. It looks like I'm a Lego man without a hairpiece on. So works for me. Now, I've got a question for you. This next one has got quite a lot of Japanese words in it, and it's Yakuza based. If you want to, I shall fall on my sword and I shall read it.
Billy Boots, George?
I don't want to make a specific viewer upset with us. So I feel like you should read this, George.
I'm probably going to get a letter from Roast Space Monk saying that you haven't pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah.
I
feel like you could do it better than me, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's a bit of news. No sleep for Kiryu. For as good as Like a Dragon, formerly known as Yakuza, of course, games undoubtedly are, they are two fairly consistent qualities. They're long and they're largely the same. Spare a thought for developer Ryo Gagutu Studio, then, who, not content with simply making the games, decided to stream the entire series back to back. Now, this will make Roast Space Monk sweat. It started the challenge on the 17th of March and completed it little over a week later, clocking a total of 170 hours to clear. It didn't play every game in the series, just the main ones, starting with Yakuza 0 and working through the conclusion of Yakuza 6. Still, that's a lot of Kamurocho and a lot of battles to reach the roof of Millennium Tower. With the live stream running for so long, there are a few memorable moments. Takaya Kuroda, the voice of Kazuma Kiryu, rocked up at one point, as did Goro Majima star Hidenari Ugaki. Next week, it'll be back to business for the Ryo Gagutu team. After all, Like a Dragon 8's not going to make itself, is it? Now, I like this, A, because it's Yakuza, and B, how nice that a developer actually went through and played all of its own mainline story games to give you the mainline story from beginning to end.
But only 170 hours for 6 games?
They must have literally danced across only the main plot points.
Yeah, just mainlined them all.
Oh, just go beeline through. Yeah, I thought they were much longer than that.
Oh, yeah.
So
if you want to max these games out
hundreds,
and see everything, you might be 170 hours per game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No side missions in this, nothing to get to that point, I'd imagine. And that, you know, some side missions you have to do as part of the tutorial to get to the next part of the main mission. But for the most part, this would have just been a full guns blazing go. And basically CGI after CGI after CGI, I'd imagine, as well, unskippable, if you want to show people the story. But yeah, can you think, guys, any other developer you would like to see go through a series of this size to give you the story? And it's almost like, I can't speak Japanese and therefore I don't know what was discussed on this stream, but it's almost like a director's cut where they give you, or director's commentary. RGT, what game would you like to see them do this for that you're passionate about?
Well, I'm actually this week I watched a bit their old videos, obviously going back. I watched a bit of Troy Baker and Nolan North playing Uncharted 4, and then I enjoyed that so much because Nolan North wasn't much of a gamer, but it was quite good watching them play it. And they played. I watched one of them doing Uncharted 2, and then there was another one with Ashley Johnson on with them playing Last of Us, and it was really good. I know they're obviously not the developers; they're the actors. But it's great fun seeing them playing the game that they're in and their views of it and chatting away and playing the games just as friends. I really enjoy that. And I think that is a great idea, playing through, you know, the devs playing through their games, I think is brilliant. I think that's a really good idea. Nice touch, especially to play for all of them.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
Bobby, what series would you like to see immortalized with a series like this?
Maybe the Arkham games would be cool.
Yeah.
Because that's something you could just look at and people will talk about things that maybe we missed that they've known. A little alleyway has something, you know, that'd be pretty interesting. What else would be interesting? I'm sure there's a bunch of games I can just think about I would like to watch that I've loved to play and hear other aspects of it, you know? That's just in my head. Maybe, you know, it'd be great. Metal Gear.
That would be phenomenal.
Watching him play Metal Gear and talk about it. Kojima would be great. That'd be really interesting.
What?
And that'd be nice seeing them bits as well that, like you say, we might have missed. Or I put that bit there for this reason. Or no one found this Easter egg, or you know, that'd be great fun.
Would you like a playthrough of that? I can't remember the name of it now. This is how much I've wanted to sort of black it from my system. What was that game that I gave you the advice, just leave it?
Oh, Callisto Protocol?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
They could play it so you don't have to.
My Name is Mayo.
I wouldn't even watch it. I don't care.
My Name is Mayo, the full director's playthrough and commentary.
It's got to be like a quick 10 minutes.
Tapping a jar.
That'd be amazing.
I didn't play the game properly, and I think it took me a clear 2 hours to get through because I didn't select the missions every time. I just went in and just started tapping
the bottle. Don't feel bad.
Tap. Oh, hang on a minute. I meant to select the mission. Okay, tap 10 times.
I've done the same thing.
Brutal, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I went in.
You get used to it on second and third one, though.
Oh, yeah. By the second game, professional.
Yeah.
I went for part 4.
Dirty.
I want the collector's edition.
And then in part 4, the glass jar breaks at the end. Game over.
There's some lore.
You tapped it too many times, buddy.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Everywhere.
Imagine if PlayStation let them then delete the trophies that you'd earned if you go too far in part 4, where it actually deletes trophies. I would love that. That would be the sick burn. I'd be like, yeah. How'd you like those apples, boys? Tappity tap it now. While I've got my teeth in, I might as well. Are we there yet? Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard looks to be almost complete in the UK as the Competition and Markets Authorities today narrowed its scope of concerns relating to the deal, specifically in regards to the lessening of competition. Basically, the CMA no longer thinks that this deal poses any threat to the console market, meaning Sony's concerns about Call of Duty are now falling on deaf ears. Here's a bit of what the CMA had to say in its latest press release. Having considered the additional evidence provided, we have now provisionally concluded that the merger will not result in a substantial lessening of competition in console gaming services because the cost to Microsoft of withholding Call of Duty from PlayStation would outweigh any gains from taking such action. Although this might sound like the CMA is fully in favour of the acquisition, it's pointed out further down the press release that today's provisional findings have no relation to the CMA's ongoing concern about the cloud gaming market. So there's still plenty to be settled before the regulator reaches its final verdict by late April. A provisional view, they say that this deal raises concerns in the cloud gaming market is not affected by today's announcement. Our investigation remains on course for completion by the end of April. It's not over just yet then, but today undoubtedly marks a big step forward for Microsoft's attempt to gain approval for the Activision Blizzard acquisition in the UK. Gentlemen, one hurdle cleared, couple more to go. Looks like this is going to be going ahead. Thoughts?
Thanks.
Is it about time? And did anyone really care anyway?
I'm probably the same as most gamers now. We're just sick of hearing about the Activision deal. If it goes, good. I don't mind either way. I don't think it's as harmful as what Sony makes out it is. I think they were just being a bit more of a stumbling block more than anything. Just let it go through and get on,
Well, not only, I suppose if you want to look at it from that point of view, if you want to financially hurt someone, they're already spending the largest amount ever spent in a company acquisition going. I mean, this dwarfs Disney buying Star Wars, which beggars belief, if I'm honest. And the longer this gets dragged through the courts and messed around and money Microsoft has to spend, just emptying the war purse, I guess. Probably what Sony don't realise is that infinite funds really means infinite funds. Yeah. And this could have gone on for 20 years and they'd still give them a bloody nose. So, yeah, it's put it on the table and sadly given Call of Duty more relevance than it's had in years. So, in a way, it's a win-win for Microsoft. RGT, were wild dogs stopping you from going to get the latest Call of Duty release, or you're just dead to the franchise?
I've never been into the franchise, not just Call of Duty, just online multiplayer, FPS games, Destiny, that sort of thing. That's not my bag. I can understand they're popular. I can understand the money that's involved in what they, rake in, year upon year. So I can understand to some reason why Sony would be a bit concerned. But to the stage of, do they think it's a threat against the gaming market? I don't think so. I mean, Sony does their own thing with the big single-player stories and the bits and pieces which they clean up on all the time. Just keep what they do, keep doing what they're doing. I don't think that'll be a threat to Sony at all. I don't think.
Bobby, you're sat there in your night vision goggles and camouflage paint. I know you're a massive COD fan. Is this a signal that you're jumping down to GameStop to grab yourself an Xbox so you continue your love of the franchise?
No, not really. Don't really care about Call of Duty, to be honest, or any other games like Tom mentioned. It's just it's not for me. But I get it. I get it's a big part of money for both companies.
I just the numbered Call of Duty installments that they bring out seems to me to be a bit of a dead horse. To me, I might be wrong, and again showcase how little I know about the whole Call of Duty franchise, but you'd think it'd be easier to extract money from something like Warzone, the online permanently free one that's all that sort of rigmarole. It's like the bigger boys Fortnite, as I call it. Surely that's a better place to extract revenue than this yearly update, which is going to give away for free anyway.
Yeah, I see your point. It's definitely that seemed to be a bit more of the cash cow. I would have thought an easier cash cow for them to keep doing. I mean, the regular updates
saves you having to get all the voice actors in to do the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. I mean, do people still play Warzone? Is that still updated as well? Run alongside the other game as well? Does that?
Question, unrelated to Call of Duty. Has anyone ever bought a skin? Bobby, have you ever bought a skin for any game?
I have.
What was it? Confess your sins.
Well, I don't know if it was a skin, but I bought in Rocket League. They had the Batmobile from the Batman film. I bought that. And
that
when
was
Batman,
I mean
Batman 89. Everyone calls it Batman 89. And I'll tell you the truth, a little bit of rant here. It aggravates me. Okay? There's only one film called Batman. So it's just Keaton.
What was that one they released with? What's his flopping out of Twilight in it?
The Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman. Okay. You had Batman the movie, which was a 66 with Adam West. Then you had Batman with Keaton, Batman Returns, okay? Forever, Batman and Robin, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, blah, blah, blah. When people say Batman 89, like I have to understand, it's just Batman, guy.
Which is the best Batman film, in your honest opinion?
Oh,
and the only correct answer is Batman the movie.
But listen, when I was a kid, I actually hated that Batman.
Did you?
I thought it was so corny. I thought Batman was so corny. From the comics I had and the toys I had, and then watching him in that TV show, I'm like, this is not what's going on. I was upset. So I didn't even watch it. I couldn't. I thought it was just so stupid. So then when my father wanted to take me to see Batman, I was like, I don't want to go. He's like, no, it's different. I'm like, no, it's not. And he's like, yep, it is. We're going. And I went and I was like, wow, this just changed my whole life. So that's always going to hit me in the nostalgia part.
Do you think that's your favorite because of the nostalgia and all that other
Probably.
stuff?
I mean,
is that your favorite one? Batman?
They all have, pros and cons to them. I really enjoyed the Batman.
Right. Let me reword
I thought that was good.
You're going to Desert Island. You get to take one Batman movie with you.
No, Batman.
Batman.
That's
89. It's not Batman Returns or anything like that. You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
That's my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
RGT.
Bit of mystery to him, which I liked. You don't have to know how. Just have to know why he does it. That's it.
Mm.
RGT, what's your favorite Batman movie?
Mine's probably the newest one, The Batman.
It was excellent.
He likes the shiny things. I've still not seen that.
It's a bit more.
Good.
It's a bit more raw for me. It's a bit more. His Batmobile is a souped-up car. It looks like a standard car. It's a bit more grindy, dark. I quite like that. And I was very dubious of him being Batman, but he actually was fantastic.
He was good. I found it very old school, like Western cowboy like almost, which is cool. When he was walk with the heel clicks, and I thought that was awesome, man.
Very gritty, and he actually played it as quite a messed up character, which is good. I enjoyed that. Yeah,
and I got to say, speaking of the Batman, I'm gonna go a little off. I saw John Wick 4 yesterday.
Oh yeah,
and there was a character in there, and like he looked so familiar, couldn't figure it out, and I'm like, why does this guy look so familiar? And then during one of the scenes with that character, I was like, oh my God, that's Scott Adkins. So Scott Adkins, he's not, I mean, listen, he's not like the best actor, but he's very good martial artist.
Yeah.
A lot of his own scenes he does. And then he was basically in a fat suit, like Colin Farrell.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, I would never have recognized this guy if it wasn't for that one scene with the light just hit him right. And I was like, oh my, it just like.
Is he in the fat suit because he invented the diet? Is that why is it like showcasing his skills?
I don't know. He's in a fat suit because that's just the character he's playing in the movie.
Okay.
And it looked really good, like really well done. But then when I saw him doing these kicks, I was like, that's odd. But I thought it was amazing. Just as good as quality as Colin Farrell, really.
Is Lance Reddick in that? John Wick, the guy who passed away. Yeah. Okay.
He's in it just for the very beginning of the film. But then they do a little more into him, which is nice.
Okay. Well, that's the news. In and out, like a foot in the hokey cokey, no messing about. Community corrections. I think, have we had just the one from Fat Zangief, or is there multiple?
I think there was one. Might be worth double checking. It was a good one, though. Probably my favourite community correction we've had, I think.
I think the one I'm thinking of is
on 322.
It's in reference to. I said last week that I wanted the. If for those worldwide listeners that don't know what RGT's classic theme tune is, it's an ode to Boone, one of the greatest TV themes ever made. And I demanded that I would throw money at Michael Elphick from Boone to record it. And Fat Zangief says, great episode, great Hidden Gems theme tune, beautifully sang by George. So it checks in the post, Fat Zangief. You say you want to get in Michael Elphick from Boone to record it. Pretty sure he's dead, mate. And I checked, and he died some years ago. So there'd be an awful lot of money required to get him on board.
Yeah.
And there was one other one as well, wasn't there?
What was that?
You mentioned the wrong football team for
which is
Oh,
boy.
Yeah.
So just apologies to Bada Bingster. I know he's a massive Juventus fan, so that's great.
No.
Is that wrong? Which one?
I'm pretty sure he's an AC Milan fan. Let's be honest.
He's a Parma Ham fan. Okay, let me double check what I've read.
He's I think he's Inter Milan, not AC Milan.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Okay.
So he
doesn't like Inter Milan, he likes Juventus. Which one is it?
He's an Inter fan.
Okay. He likes the ceiling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say ceiling fan, or was it Inter Milan?
Inter Milan.
It's Milan.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Well, apologies for that. Community corrections. One would call that a flawless victory. You know, I can't be responsible for people being alive or dead, and I certainly can't be responsible for confusing a little bit of pesto with some Parma ham in the window. I don't know anything about football. I should do, but I know more about baseball than I know about football.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
If the assembled... No, actually, let's do some community stuff right now. Okay, let's do some community stuff. RGT.
Yes.
You are the events manager now.
Am I?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, is that in the contract as well, is it?
Yeah, the one that you signed quite eagerly. You know,
get worried about this contract.
It looked like a copy of the Beano from 1989 with the drumsticks taped to the front of it. And the drumstick...
written in crayon.
It's my best handwriting, mate. I hand drew some lines on there, so it was all straight. You know, there was no messing around, but some of it was legally binding. We've got some tickets to give away for the upcoming OLL.
Mm-hmm.
Now, talk to me. How are we going to pick a winner? What do people need to do?
Well, I think the best way of doing this, we've got 2 pairs of tickets to give away. We've done a shout out for people if you join the Discord, if you want to have a shout in with doing it.
Yeah.
Wednesday, we'll do a live draw. But you have on Wednesday morning, I want people who want to be in the draw. Just put on, yes, put me in the draw on Discord.
Are you going to do an everybody message to remind them?
Yes, I will do it Wednesday morning. I'll do an everybody message, and it will be, yes, put me in the draw. I want to come back, because obviously some people have already got tickets. Some people who may not look at the Discord might end up getting pulled out and then never even know they've won. So we'll just want people who want to be in the draw, text in the morning. I'll do a live Instagram video, me and Mrs. RGT, pulling out the 2 winners.
One thing that, why would you join the Discord and not get involved? Thing is, people can do what they want. But if you don't get involved, bare minimum by saying yes.
Yeah, and if you're not in the Discord, but you're interested in the OLL tickets, get in there before Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Get in that Discord, come and say hi. We had a couple of new people join this week, which was brilliant. They come in, had a bit of a chat, introduced themselves, do the same thing. It's a great little community on there. Bit of everything, mostly gamer, but we have a bit of everything on there. For instance, Bobby's been to see, John Wick 4. He'll get on there, pop it on. People chat about movies. People chat about food. People chat about what they're doing at work. It's a great little community, good little family. Jump on, and you never know, you might have a chance of winning some tickets to the OLL 23 gaming convention.
Do you know how much a ticket is?
Weekend tickets, because they've done 3 different tiers. They've done single days, they've done weekend tickets and VIPs. I think the VIPs tickets, which is Saturday night and Sunday, are about £50-odd. So I think these are just the weekend tickets. So you're still looking about £40 per ticket. So it's a chance to win £80 worth of tickets there. So
that's where I was trying to get to. What value are we giving away here? And ultimately, we're giving away £160 worth of tickets. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Quickly reaching for his calculator. Yeah, I confirm that's maths.
Yeah. Just hear me tap away.
Which is, one would think quite generous. Plus, we
Great
want to
deal,
encourage people to join us. We've already got some people out of the Discord coming down. To them, we're humbly grateful. Maybe this is the chance for the German listeners, which are probably about 2 listens away from being our biggest supporters in the world. America, distant 4th place. Okay. The Netherlands, I think it's time actually to pour some love on the Netherlands, because I keep saying about Germany, but the Netherlands are there or thereabouts. We're big in Holland. They're probably high, if I'm let's face facts. And that's probably why we're big there.
On life,
with
man.
all his stereotypes, he doesn't care. Okay. So thank you to the Dutch listeners. Hopefully within that, you don't all have a mass exodus, but there obviously a little bit of humour there that something you must enjoy about the show. It's probably not the calibre of the news. So, especially this week, it's been a very quiet gaming week. So when it's a quiet gaming news week, you call your show Gaming News. Bound to be a big success. Huge, massive. Revelio.
I'm a snake.
Probably one of the high point of 160 episodes at this point is Bobby saying he's a snake. That was absolutely wonderful. And it was a reason to remind me, this is why Bobby not here? Bobby, where have you been?
Last week I was just really, really busy.
Busy doing what?
All types of things, especially for work. Basically, we've been bought out by another hotel company. So there's just massive, massive training and try to get us up to speed.
You sold our hotel.
What?
The UCP hotel in New York that used to be Tom's flat. Obviously, we turned it into a hotel. You said that you would run it. I said, fine. I don't remember getting a memo to say that you'd sold.
Yeah, well, it really went up to me. It was the government. Pretty much that basement. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Which has been fully cemented.
Fully
cemented.
If you're unsure what this means, Inevitable Halloween Special 2, I think it was. Was it 3? I forget.
Probably
2.
2, I think, yeah.
Where we went down into what I thought was a torture dungeon that Tom had set up for Halloween. Turns out that it probably wasn't torture he was doing down there. But then we followed a spectral apparition down a corridor, and that all got a little bit weird. So
super weird. So it's better that it was cemented.
Yeah. It's a good job it's been filled in, I think.
It's been saged completely.
Saged.
Okay. That's it. Saged. My aunt came over and she helped us out and she saged the entire building.
Okay. But it couldn't do the cellar, therefore sealed it.
No, you had to seal it.
Okay.
I mean, you couldn't let anything come out of there, man.
How are we going to divvy up the money? Because obviously Tom did have a share in that.
Well, 33% each. There you go.
Fine. I'm going to take another 5% off Tom.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So that sounds good to me.
Before we end out the news section, one thing I would say is that I want to hear some recommendations for episodes that you've loved in the Discord. I'm going to give you a recommendation for one of my favorite episodes. I think it's called Alternative Control. It's the one I always pump. I think the other one that's my favorite is History of the Original Xbox, where Tom got arrested and Bobby came on for the first time, and we time traveled by licking a toad, which is very odd. And ended up.
It was an amazing journey.
It really. I don't think we ever left his bathroom, but I went on a journey.
I was gone.
Yeah.
I was gone. You know when you're on a journey, when Stingray looks normal. All right? We were gone, bro.
I thought you were going to say, you're on a journey when you've licked a toad.
Yeah, we had, listen.
No story starts without that.
Dude, we've done weirder things.
True story. RGT, can you recommend to maybe a new listener or someone who's new to the show a classic episode that always gets you happy?
Well, I was like you. I like the Xbox one. That was a brilliant show. That was an absolutely brilliant show. And the show's always been kept pretty real. I mean, we've even got infamous shows where Tom had a little bit of a wobbler.
What was that one called?
Was that the Backlog of Shame?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and that's still there to listen to. You could go back and listen. So
When
I
I
mean, it's always been
was-
kept real. That's
When I was a listener, I would listen to the show, and I enjoyed it. And then I started like DMing whoever, I don't know who it was at the time. And after that, after the show where they took a pause and they came back, I was like, was that real?
Yeah,
I was so like, wow, this is crazy.
It was real.
Yeah.
It was, but you know what?
Yeah.
Listen, good.
Yeah.
Bobby, do you have a recommendation?
I really enjoyed. To really understand the show, you have to go back to the original season because there were so many unique memories and how the show was set up that I was like, this is so much interesting than just two guys talking about games. There was a lore there, you know? And every now and then it comes back and it hits up, and some new listener might be like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, you have to go back, way back. And I used to just appreciate it. Just like, wow, what's this? I thought this was a real place. That's how I thought it was real. Okay. I thought this was an actual small town I never heard of. And I was so into it. I didn't even bother to Google it. I just listened to the show. Yeah.
Deception is real.
Yeah.
There's even an episode where you and I record on a nuclear submarine that we've inherited from a Mexican drug lord.
That's right. I'm telling you, man, we had some journeys. This has been an amazing ride.
Yeah, didn't you illegally export Mike Graves on at once as well?
I think we did.
did a lot of
Yeah. The man who invented trophies for PlayStation ends up getting a ride on an illegal Mexican submarine. You know,
I
you've
remember
made it.
the Minecraft show was good because you were really into it. The streams, that was good. Didn't even know the hell Minecraft was. I mean, I knew what it was, but I didn't really care about it. Cared about it then.
To the German listeners, if you want to go and listen and watch the Minecraft playthrough, I'd probably that would be amazing. I think one of my favorite shows that you and I did, Bobby, was probably the female representation of gaming, Happy Mother's Day. That was a great show that I think you did a really good job on. So so please go knock yourselves out in the back catalogue. Just lets us know which episodes you like, and if you want to see a return to Farmerton, then you better dig into season 1. And then when I look on the stats, I'll be like, okay, boys, pull on your welly boots. It's time to go back to the farm, back to the gaming bunker.
I'm ready to go back there.
You're ready.
I'm ready. If
can't.
They want to go. Why not?
Okay, next week's going to be the whole world turned upside down, isn't it?
Listen,
Seb's going to think he's on the wrong Zoom meeting.
Listen,
RGT, the return of Farmington.
If we go back to Farmington, RGT is basically off the show because he's locked up in Hannibal in a padded cell with a Hannibal Lecter mask on, so he no longer would have a speaking part.
Remember when my Instagram got copied? I had to get that cancelled, and you said there was a copycat killer. That was a classic.
Oh my god!
Oh dear, those were the days.
We've moved on. We're a big show now. You know, we're transatlantic,
Serious.
worldwide show. You know, once again, must thank everyone for getting us in the charts on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. It does mean a lot, and it helps people view the show. If everyone wanted to leave a review, that's fine. But our main aim and drive at the moment is to entice as many of you lovely people into the Discord as possible, and that means waiving £160 worth of free tickets to OLL around. Again, you know, if you're listening in Europe and you want to come across, it's not that difficult to do so. I think there's actually ferries from the Netherlands to Suffolk from memory, or at least Essex, so a quick drive up. So it's not going to be too difficult for you to manage. So we'd love to see you. I think Norfolk, I think I'll be going out on the edge there to set at an airport. I don't think it's usable anymore, is it? Unless these guys are celebrities and
Norwich Airport is.
Okay, where do they do flights from and to?
They go to do a lot of package holidays to Spain and bits and pieces in Europe. So I would probably imagine you might be able to fly into Norwich.
If you're coming from the Netherlands, fly yourself over.
Yeah, and you're not far from the actual venue, you know.
Perfect. Okay, with that all done, deep dive into the back catalogue issued. Challenge accepted. Did we miss anything? Do you have an opinion or take on the news we missed? If so, Bobby, how would the collective masses get in contact with us and let me know that my European stereotypes are no longer acceptable, even though I do love, well, we need you guys, really. Germany and Netherlands, we need you. Bobby, how would they interact with us?
First and foremost, you can send an email at questions@unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com. You can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram. And in those apps, there's a link for the Discord. Join in there. And there's a whole bunch of different subtopics and everything. You go on there, ask us questions, talk to us there. It's amazing.
One thing I will start doing is putting a link to the Discord in the show description that we put out to the feed.
Yeah.
So,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Put it in the show notes.
Yeah, in the show notes. So when you click on the show on your phone, it'll come up, and at the bottom there'll be a little linky poos that will bring you straight to the Discord. No ifs, buts, no maybes. It's there. It's making it happen. Someone who is scheduled to be coming to OLL, although I'm a little nervous. Obviously, Bob is going to be there. Seb will be there. RGT will be there. I'm in discussions about whether I'm going to be there. Okay. Maybe, maybe not. Unless I see someone say, we need George there. It's going to be an RGT solo show as far as I'm concerned. But one person who will be there, who has to be there, Stingray.
Without doubt.
I cannot wait to see what Ray looks like at OLL.
Be amazing.
It's time for a peek in what we affectionately call Stingray's boot. What's nestled between some counterfeit nappies and a dodgy copy of Battlefriendle this week? These are the new release highlights for week 27th of March, April 2nd, 2023. Listen, these are out in digital, physical, or will be by the time this podcast is in your feed, but could be region dependent. Ray. Ray. Ray's come as a Lego man.
Has he got like a Lego mullet?
He literally is a Lego minifigure version of Ray, except he is Lego sized. And I nearly trod on him. That's why I was like, oh, Ray. Because let me get down on my hands and knees. Are you all right, Ray? He can't move his face, but he raised his left arm. I think that symbolizes either pain for being trapped in a tiny plastic body, or he was just saying hi. Wayne Ray is an independent singular block of Lego. One stood high, one stood wide, in yellow.
The ones that hide in the carpet.
The life enders. Okay. I don't know how that tiny Lego Ray drove a full-size Nissan Bluebird in. But that's just how my mind's perceiving it. Bobby, how are you seeing Ray this week?
Like a crash test dummy with a wand. And a little bit wet. He's always a little bit wet now. But not sure why he looks like that. That's how he is. His son looks like Mary Poppins.
Have you licked a frog again, Bobby?
Probably. That's what's happening here. I'm not sure. Only one wand between the two of them. So here they are.
Wayne Ray looks like Mary Poppins.
Wow. What while he's done.
Pip pip cheerio.
While his dad's a crash test.
There they are. There
Oh, that is amazing.
RGT, bring your game face. How are you seeing Ray this week?
He's kitted head to tail in Activision Xbox branded tracksuit, headband, Xbox Activision, tracksuit, trainers, Wayne's there carrying an Xbox with Activision edition all over the front. I think they're ready for it now. They got all the gear. I spelt slightly wrong because it's obviously not genuine stuff. But yeah, so it's like Octavision, X Block.
Dude, Octavision X Block sounds like a franchise of opticians.
And the logo,
Yeah,
not as green, it's a little yellow.
yeah, it's just off. But yeah, he's got a bootload of this stuff. He's trying to flock.
What, glasses or Xboxes?
Xboxes.
You get it home and it's one of those 501 Pong clones.
Yeah, like the Soldier Boy console.
Yeah. That.
I just got Soldier Boy tip X'd out and Xbox written on it.
Thank goodness that was a success.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Someone go first out the boot because I want second because it's my mummy. How does Seb say it? Your mummy.
Your mummy.
So, first one here is 9 Years of Shadows. Fight to bring beautiful colors back to a handcrafted world of darkness and discover the story of Euphora, a young warrior and her ghostly childhood companion, Apino.
Okay, next out the boot, and this is the Decades Mummy. No ifs, buts, no maybes, unless you hear me next week say I don't like it. It's MLB The Show, available on Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch, coming out March 28th. MLB The Show 23 gets you closer than ever to living your baseball dreams on the diamond. Shock the game and own the show with your favorite players, your favorite rivalries, and all your favorite MLB moments, baby.
Is that the first time that's on the Switch, or has it been on the Switch before?
It was on last time.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I feel that they need to start getting a legacy edition because I want to see better graphics on MLB The Show immediately.
Yeah, a bit like the FIFA Legacy Edition Switch.
Yeah.
Kana Quest Switch.
By the way, that's your mummy and Bobby's mummy.
Oh, no, I've seen my mummy. That's not MLB.
Underneath the drumstick lolly, where you pulled and it ripped. It was if ever MLB is in the boot, it's your mummy, unless Farming Simulator. Now, that's what I was going to say. When he was at PAX, Seb bumped into the Farming Simulator people talking about asking the community manager to come on, and he says, yay. Obviously, me wearing dungarees and dressing like a farmer and playing Farming Simulator on a weekly basis paid off, brother. You made it. Number one, that's where the German listeners are here because they're into Landschaftsturban Simulator 2025 or whatever it is. That's what it's called. That's what it's called in Germany. It's called Langschaft. Look it up because the game originated there. I don't know why you're laughing. You think I'm joking, don't you?
No, I just love the way you say it.
Mm-hmm.
My German's not very good, so no doubt those listeners we did have left because I probably said something like...
You just seriously offended them.
I probably said something terrible. But the game originated in Germany. It was called like Langenschaftenschruben. And stop it, because I'm trying from memory. I'm trying to remember the name of it in a foreign language, and now I'm trying to remember how to pronounce it, and I don't know how to do that. Okay? Langenschaftenschruben. Right. Listen, I'm done with you guys. Okay?
I'll read
I'm a big Farming Simulator fan, so it's obviously quite exciting, and it all links back. And I wondered maybe because I'm a big Farming Simulator fan, that's why the Germans are listening or listening. Okay?
Okay, I'm fine now.
Okay.
Right. Kana Quest.
Langschaften. It was maybe Langschaften. Tuben. Langschwert. Let me Google it.
Oh, God.
You do Kana Quest.
Kana Quest Switch, March 28th. The Kawaii Kana Match 'em Up. Learn Japanese, match Kana, Japanese letters, with their sounds. Solve puzzles. Your quest to learn Japanese starts now.
Landwirtschafts. A little bit different to what I was actually saying.
Yeah.
A little off.
I would want to know what you were saying.
At least it started with the correct letter, okay? And apologies to everybody in German.
You made the effort, didn't you, George? You made the effort.
I was trying to do the history of the brand, the history of Farming Simulator.
Ooh.
Solo show.
And I'm off, so you'll have to host that.
That'd be great.
I'd love to stitch you sons of a guns up with the history of Farming Simulator, the full decade, and then and here's my holiday submission form. See you in a bit.
Yeah, we have to do it in German.
Coming up,
Jawohl.
we need to do a full native German episode.
Oh boy,
Maybe if one of them joined the Discord, we could get them on as a co-host for that episode.
That'd be
a good
great.
idea. Yeah.
How much more an incentive, my Deutschen Friendens, have you got for not getting involved? You know, it would be what's known in the trade as fantastisch. It would be what's known in the trade as wunderbar. Okay, to welcome one of our German brothers here. Same applies to the Dutch.
Would be. Okay, up next.
What you got
we
there,
have
Hanson?
Shattered Heaven, released on PC, March 28th.
Wow.
Shattered Heaven is a single-player deck-building card game with RPG elements and an ambitious branching narrative set in a dark fantasy world. The players focus on a card game and roguelike gameplay, fueled by great replay value. Thanks to periodical dungeons, a deep crafting system.
Do you know the
This
best
one will be amazing.
bit? You sound exactly like Hans Gruber from Die Hard. Literally. That was amazing. That genuinely.
Let me read the next one then. Simon the Sorcerer Origins PC, March 28th. Simon the Sorcerer Origins is an official prequel to the legendary Simon's Adventure saga. Simon will return for the first time to the absurd world of the sorcerers, unleashing an ancient prophecy, gaining ancient magical powers. Prepare to experience a classic adventure in the modern way.
What's amazing about this is somehow it sounds like Alan Rickman. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
And that's my mummy, by the way.
What
So
Simon decided.
Sorry, I overread it.
I've got that on the Amiga CD32.
What's the story with this? Have they done up the graphics?
I don't know, because that's Chris Barry, wasn't it?
Check into it while I read
it
out.
says the official prequel.
Wow, Germany, I'm sorry. Anyroth, the Queen's Tyranny PC Switch, March 30th, a pixel art platformer adventure game with lots of action, memorable story, deep dive into the depths of planet Anyroth and free its people from the tyranny of the Queen, join the rebellion and fight against the regime's mind control system. The Anaya civilization needs you. This next one could also be a little bit of a mummy for me, if I'm honest.
Dredge, PC, PS5, Xbox Series of consoles, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, March 30th. Dredge is a single-player fishing adventure with a sinister undercurrent. Oh, I'm not saying it is. Sell your catch, upgrade your boat, and dredge the depths of the long-buried secrets. Explore a mysterious I can never say
It's
this.
the second time this has been in the boot, this word. It's archipelago.
You even slipped up yourself then. I can't say that. Archipelago. There we go.
Yes.
And discover why some things are best left forgotten.
So it's a fishing, trawling simulator game
with a bit of a story to it.
with a hidden depth story to it.
Hidden evil.
Evil.
Hidden evil.
Roy Rogers.
And then this looks interesting. It's called The Last Worker. PC VR, PS5, PSVR 2, Xbox Series X, and Switch, March 30th. Wow. The Last Worker is an immersive narrative adventure centered around a lone worker's last stand in an increasingly automated world. The Last Worker is a unique blend of work simulation and stealth strategic gameplay.
I thought that might be up your street as well, George.
Interesting.
It's got a simulator in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's stealth gameplay, isn't it? And I'm not very good at sneaking about. Too loud.
You have to be a snake.
Creeping about your living room floor with your VR headset on.
Banging into a chest of drawers, or worst case, an open fire.
I wonder what you would be stealthing around in. I wonder what his job is.
Sneaking on
Maybe
breaks.
in a factory.
Yeah, sneaking on a break. Gotta be.
Yeah.
With that, I look down and all I see is a Lego hairpiece mullet in the gravel. I'm going to pick it up and put it in my pocket, but I don't know whether that means that Ray will be bald next time we see him or whether it's just something he can let go. Who knows? Who knows? He's even left Wayne Ray behind. I'll stick the mullet on Wayne, see what comes of it. I'll let you know what happens to it. With that all said and done, in this all over the place show, I have to say, gentlemen, if we've paid attention at the start, we've paid attention at the middle, we've paid attention at the end, that's beginning, middle, and end. We've had our dessert. The only thing left is an after 8 mint to freshen our breath and give us a little bit of a sweet surprise as we head into the weekend. Gentlemen, what are you hoping to play? Bobby, what are you hoping to play this week?
Just continue Hogwarts Legacy.
Keep pounding that mound.
Keep going into it. Yep. I mean, still enjoying it. I also noticed as if you just become bad from the beginning and just have that in your mindset and just ask these peasants for extra additional funds for me helping you out, you do get lots more money.
Do you?
And nothing happens to you. First of all, I'm a Slytherin, so you need to expect that. I don't just go down and down to a river and go underneath the river and come up to another tunnel to find your little book for free. No. Not Robert James O'Flaherty. Not this guy. Okay?
we see the way you're playing it, Bobby.
That's it. Oh, sorry. Your mom's urn fell? Well, that's going to be money, sir. Sometimes I kept the item. Now what? Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that's one way of playing it.
That's how Bobby's playing it. RGT,
I have my own narrative in my mind. Forget about the story. It's two stories in one. So that's why maybe I'm enjoying it a little bit too much.
The best stories in games are the ones we write in our own minds.
Mm-hmm.
That's why No Man's Sky for me is probably one of the best games ever made, because in my mind, I'm a space trucker and miner, and that's what I do. That's my life in there.
Beautiful. It's good. It's the best.
RGT, what are you playing this gaming week?
Same as Bobby, but slightly more moral than Bobby. I'm going to be playing Hogwarts Legacy again.
Fair play.
I'm getting near the end game. I'm slightly not trying to take over the whole of Hogsmeade and the Wildlands with a firm fist.
Some random 15-year-old evil Slytherin takes over the whole of Hogwarts County.
Yeah.
Wow.
Extracting cash from peasants, I believe, are his words.
That's it.
I don't remember this Slytherin Flaherty character being mentioned in the books or the movie, but if he carried on like this, he could reverse engineer his way a spot in the books.
So I'll be playing more of that. Need for Speed Underground 2, I'll probably jump on this week. So I can get that open world experience with that. Definitely going to be playing some more Doom to Hell, jumping in and out. That's absolutely brilliant. Maybe a little bit more Mario Strikers. And if I can get my decent picture out of my original Xbox, then I will carry on with Sega GT 2002 as well.
Okay. Well, I'll be playing. I need to do something. I need to take some bold action and get Hogwarts finished. Like I say, I'm on the last boss, so I don't see why I don't persevere with it. But I've walked myself into a corner of probably not being high level enough and having not farmed enough Wigan Wells. Sub 30, I think, from memory. So it was incredibly, it was incredibly outrageous. As I got further in, I was very overpowered for all the missions I was going on. And then as I got further in and my attentions waned with the game, I started to mainline the main story. And I've got a long list
right now.
Yeah, I think if you were 35, I think it'd probably be a cakewalk. I think if you're over 30, I think it'd be easy. But
because as you go on, if you mop them side missions up, once you get to about 30, 35 hours in the game, they thin right off. So you'll only have like one or two in the main storyline. So that's sort of encouraging you to do those first to get leveled up to then carry on with the main storyline.
I know, but I just
You know who my real beef is with too?
Bothered.
Her name is, I think it's Edna or Adina. She thinks she's so cool because she can fly really fast on her broom.
Yeah, Nash can't.
Nah, no more.
No, she got owned.
Mm-hmm. I wish you could just push people off, but then they use their spell to land safely. Like just push
like road
people.
rash.
You know what I mean? Just
road
in general, when you see somebody, especially
you race a crash test dummy most of the time, though. Anyway,
yeah,
she says how amazing she is, and you race a crash test dummy.
I don't understand why. That would have been more competitive if they had other people.
Oh, I thought you raced her.
No, it's Stingray on a broom. He's just. And then what happens?
Because it's a time trial, and is that that's not a ghost of her time. Yeah, it'd be better if you could race her, and then
I want to race everybody.
Give her an elbow,
bump
and
hit him. It could have been a little bit of slow down or whatever.
What annoys me with that racing section is, I don't know if you have to, but there's this option to collect those little floating diamonds as well, but they give you a speed boost.
I feel like if you don't do that, you're screwed.
Yeah, they build up your yellow bar, don't they? They give you a yellow. So if you hold down your L2 all the time, that keep building that back up.
But they kind of give you a boost when you collect them as well. And that sometimes can like you get that much momentum that you kind of like, you're forcing the controller right down to get him through the hoop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, some of them, depending if I see the angle, I try not to even collect them.
Yeah.
Or else I'll miss it completely. And I'm like, what's the point?
I mean, her times are pretty lame, aren't they, as well?
Yeah.
It's not great.
I mean, it's not too difficult. I mean, if you played any kind of racing game, it's pretty basic. So it's doable.
Yeah.
It's just annoying. Especially the one with the game when you got to move the balls into the point system on that box. What's it called?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I literally pace my character back and forth, and I knock their balls off. Sorry, no points for you. Get out of here.
That sort of 8-penny shove game that they've got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was not a fan of that. When I had the first game, when they forced us to play it, I thought to myself, that'll be the last time I have anything to do with that. See you in a bit.
And then when you win, she's like, oh, you bested me. Of course I did. Idiot.
Oh, the Slytherin's coming out again.
Mm-hmm.
He is pure Slytherin, isn't it?
Yeah, because I did, peasant.
I want a game like Infamous where you have the option to be good or bad.
The game was begging for that.
Yeah, in the first playthrough of Infamous, I did it on, easy difficulty as a good guy. Because, you can't really kill things. You get, you need to be good, obviously, for the morale. But then when I played on a game on hard difficulty as a bad guy, didn't matter who was in the way. Here comes that bus. Bam. Sorry.
Do you know what? That game, it looks a bit old now, but it's still incredibly fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
And the art style of the comics and things kind of play into the graphics of the game. Kind of, it's half excusable, and it's just wonderfully good fun. I think I've done what I'm hoping to play. Obviously, there's going to be some No Man's Sky in there, and probably what am I talking about? Scratch everything.
Mm.
It's going to be MLB, isn't it?
There it is.
Right.
What team are you going to play as? What team are you going to pick?
You can pick a team that you want the background menus to be themed in, and I just normally let that be whatever because you play through Road to the Show, and obviously you're a nobody and you get signed by a team, and then I normally then research and go full in on that team. So I think when I first started playing it back in the day, I was a big Cincinnati Reds fan. On the last version that I played, I ended up playing for the Texas Rangers, so I went full Texas Rangers fan. And now I'm, who knows? I'm hoping maybe this time through I might get to play for the Oakland Athletics because they've got the coolest colours. I love that green and yellow aesthetic. I think it looks beautiful.
Is that the similar story thing they done with FIFA for a while with Alex Hunter, where you played the story mode?
No, you play as yourself.
I love that in FIFA. The Alex Hunter thing was really, really good. I really enjoyed that, and they've done it over three 3 releases over 3 years and then knocked it on the head. That's a lovely little sideline to the game.
I like stuff like that.
Proper story mode, and you have to make decisions, and then he falls out of his agent, and he gets a bit big in his boots and falls out with his mum, and you have to try and guide him back on and score goals, get a transfer, and see where you go.
What if you played it like Bobby, though, and you fell out with your mum and you never spoke to her again, you fell out with your agent, you didn't put the wheels back on the wagon? Is that allowed, or do you have to click, like, I love you, mum, and Barry the agent, you're not so bad, really?
Barry the agent. I think I can't remember now, it's a few years ago. It's you can approach it in different ways and what you say, and I think it has an effect later on of how you act. If you're going to be an idiot with people, then a lot of clubs probably aren't going to be that interested in you. But you can.
I wish they had like a morale, like you said. It goes on, but then as you get older in your career, you changed. You're not an arrogant little kid no more.
Did you ever play that, Bobby, on the
No,
Fifas?
but it sounds amazing.
It's really good. If you ever get a chance, I think it was on. What FIFA? 17, 18, 19, something like that, and then they done it over the story. But if you ever get a chance, you probably pick that game up for about 20 pence.
You see, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, have a go at the Alex Hunter story.
I think you genuinely like that, Bobby.
Yeah, it's very good. It's not obviously you're just playing as him, but you're seeing him at the start. You're like a little kid playing in a park in your park team,
cool.
and then that shows sort of jumps forward to you. You're not going to get signed, and you have to go to these release trials, and you have to do really well in your skill test to see if you'll get signed by someone. And then you pick where you go and what league you go in, and work your way up to try and get international football. And yeah, really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, but
it is. It was a great idea, kind of similar to what 2K are doing with the NBA stuff, and
yes, that's where I think it came from when they done.
But it's actually more story led than that as well. I find the FIFA version.
Yes, good. Very relationship based with your.
But if that's what you think's in MLB 23, you're sadly very wrong.
Oh, I thought that might be the same thing.
No. It's very bare bones compared. I'm hoping next year they give it some love. But as a shill, I'll rock up and spend the money this time round and be grateful for it. Reskin of last year's game with a whole new soundtrack to fall in love with and all that good stuff. So if you're into the franchise. You'll probably do a wry smile at that, because that becomes my playlist for the next 10 months of my life while I walk around listening to the same 15 tunes time and time again. Does anyone else have anything more to impart the wonderful listeners other than thank you and we love you very much before we head out the door?
We haven't done our video pick.
Ray's gone.
Oh, no.
He
took off.
Why don't we, I tell you what, I'll hold up this piece of Lego with a mullet on it, which is somehow Wayne with his dad's hair. And you tell me your VHS pick. And I'll see if Wayne can get it to you later this week.
Okay. I'm probably going to go with, as we did want to get the man to sing the theme tune, and he's not actually alive anymore. So I'll go with the box set of Boone VHS.
Okay. It's like the Lone Ranger riding on down. Bobby, what's your VHS pick?
I was inspired by, I went to 90s Con, my wife Eva, and she met her 2 previous boyfriends before me, which be Mark Porgossler, a.k.a. Zach Morris, and Jason Presley, who was Brandon Welsh in 90210.
Wow.
So I'm going to go with the 90210 box collection.
This is amazing.
Never watched it as a kid. I saw some of it, felt it was too adulty for me when I was young, but I wanted to see what was going on. But then I realized it's just a TV show, and I watched far worse than that on VHS tape. But now I'm watching it again before we go to bed. We're watching episodes on the 90210 channel.
Is it good or no?
You know what? Some of it's corny.
Yeah,
some of it's hilarious.
Yeah, I used to watch
some of it is hilarious. And my man Steve, Ian, whatever his last name is, he did the Sharknadoes. He's like my favorite character.
Oh wow,
this guy's the best.
Mumsy, fetch me the 90210 box set.
Yep. She got an autograph and she got pictures and everything.
Well, continuing the theme for me, Ray brought me Long Way Round with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman. He also midweek delivered me Long Way Down with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman, which isn't quite as good. I think they're a little bit too famous for the whole thing at this point, and didn't have that same raw punch, but still was towards the end. I'd fallen in love with them again. Was like, yes, it's great. As a result of that, I've now watched season 1 of Charlie Borman's By Any Means, which was fantastic. And in my hand, I will request from Ray By Any Means season 2. Can I get any more of these travel shows? I don't know, but I'm trying.
You're binging them.
I don't know what it is about it. It's something about the just the collection of people that seems to be quite good. Russell Ross, the producer, that sort of tagged on for these ones. He was in the other ones, but now it's him and Charlie, or it was. Season 2 seems to be a little bit different, but yeah, just really enjoyable fun. By Any Means is available on Amazon Prime, so if you get a little bit bored and you want to check it out, do so. If you want
is
to
that when he does the Dakar Rally one?
That's a separate one I've yet to find and watch.
Oh yeah, I've seen them all. Yeah, I've seen the Dakar one as well.
So is Dakar good or no?
Yeah. From what I remember, it's a lot of years ago I watched it, but yes, that's definitely worth a watch. If you're on that binge, you're gonna have to do them lot. You just got to.
No,
Come on.
Mumsy, fetch me a strong coffee. Finish watching that at 1 o'clock, then the clocks go forward, so it's 2 o'clock. Like, what the hell? What we're doing to myself. Well, with that all said and done then, last thing to do is let people know where to find you, social media-wise. Obviously, they can find us on the Discord. RGT, where else can someone find you if they wanted to see a sample of your wares and know a little bit more about you as a person?
You can find me as Retro Gamer Thomas on Instagram, which is pretty much the only one I do. Or the other one is Discord. So, yeah, hop on the Discord. Come and say hi. Come and have a chat with us. Any questions you want to ask us, any community corrections, or most of all, if you want some OLLL 23 tickets, come on there, and then hopefully you'll have a chance on Wednesday of getting yourself a pair of tickets. So, yeah.
We're in the big league now. We're giving away tickets to a show that you can attend and come and look at me. You can pull my ear and poke me in the eye. Whatever you want. Bobby, where can they find you?
It's the _Chronicles _of_a_gamer on Instagram. A lot of underscores. I was thinking about removing them now. I feel like it's annoying. Because when I first did it, it was like, who can read these things? But now I'm getting really good at them. So maybe I'll just remove them. Let's see what the future holds. But that's where I'm at.
I like the underscore.
Keeps it spacing. I like the space.
Yeah. Makes it easy for people to find you. Okay. And they can also find you on the Discord?
They sure can.
Another reason for people to join. I do believe that our German contingent mostly is evolved around you, Bobby.
Really? Yeah.
Our most ever listened to episode is an episode you're on. And it's one of the most listened to episode because of how much the German listeners downloaded it. So if we take away me, the only thing left for that solution is you. So,
wow.
You're bringing all the German friends, which you probably annoyed with your Alan Rickman German readout of the boot. So it was good while it lasted.
He was almost Hoff-like status.
And my Langschwaft and Schuben, whatever mistake I was making.
Before you know it, Bobby will be putting an 80s leather jacket on, releasing a single there. Like the Hoff.
Oh, wow. Imagine that. We're so big in Germany that we're bigger than the Hoff.
That'd be amazing.
Well, Bobby is.
I want a T-shirt with Bobby sat next to the Night Industries 2000 with a red T-shirt on and a black leather jacket.
I mean, let's be serious. If Bobby does release a single in Germany, we're backing singers.
We're in it. Backup singers.
Oh, yeah.
We're just in the background, just out of the way while Bobby takes the front of.
Yeah. It's like the Lone Ranger. I mean, that's, is it because of the singing,
We got a Christmas number one on
the whole vibe.
It's everything, isn't it?
We should do a Christmas album based off our video game.
Album.
Just an album. Drop it on Christmas.
I don't know if you remember, but if you go on Spotify, there's actually a playlist of the Unofficial Controller podcast where listeners put in their tunes that they wanted to hear, so we could have the Unofficial Controller podcast album. So if you're ever stumbling around Spotify and you want to find out what people listen to, well, it's a bit edgy at times, to be honest with you. It's thrash metal in there and all sorts, but it's not the most peaceful soundtrack, but sometimes it is. With all that said and done, I think we've done enough self-referential stuff and self-promotion. I think at that point it's time to go. That's all we have time for this week. Listeners, always thank you for your time. We look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming. And remember, there's nothing wrong with being given the unofficial controller. It's what you do with it that counts. See you guys.
Later.
Peace.